Hi, I'm Nina, and today I'm here with.
Hello, my name is Jay.
So today I want to talk about a little bit about yourself. So tell me something about yourself. What do you like to do? What are some of your hobbies?
Recently, I've gotten really back into finding myself in spirituality. So that's essentially my hobby, but I am a poet. I do music. I travel. So it's a life, you know?
So tell me a little bit more about your faith. What's something that truly inspires you, motivates you?
In all honesty, for the longest time, I had lost my faith. And essentially, so my family's base is Sikhism. So that the first three words are Ek Onkar, which means there's only one God. So through my family, I was given the freedom to explore any religion I wanted from a very young age. My father believes that to understand people, you have to understand a religion. So he started me off with Christianity. I went to Buddhism, Islam, the Talmud, and just through that, I found my way back to Sikhism and Hinduism, mostly. For me, my faith holds me in a space of love. And I find myself to sit between the divine masculine and divine feminine at peace. You know, when I'm too much on one side, I find myself aggressive. Too much on the other, I find myself weak, you know?
So what's something or someone you look up to, someone that like truly inspires you?
Recently, it's been Krishna, so the Hindu deity of love. And my biggest thing with him is that the love story between him and Radha, which is his divine counterpart, and the way in their story, they never really ended up together. You know, their love was always, it felt I'm not going to say it felt one-sided, but they didn't end up together. And just that inspiration of being able to love somebody with complete devotion, I've realized in my past that I've loved with all that I could rather than with all that I am. And now I'm just slowly adopting, like, you know, loving myself, loving others, and I'm not even talking in a relationship, you know, I'm talking about just with everyone. And I found peace within his teachings. Yeah.
So what's that something about music that connects to you or speaks to you? Why are you into music?
For me, it's my entire family has been doing Indian classical music since like generations down. Like we have been playing at the Golden Temple since the beginning. And so my entire family's musically inclined. And just being raised in that opportunity where being in an Indian family, you don't really have these emotional conversations, but you still have music, my family at least. So it was an easy way to connect with my grandparents. My grandfather's a professor in California, and he teaches Indian classical. So I was raised through that, and I've realized music is that single unifier that bends religion, that bends hate, that bends race, that bends gender issues, all of that. Music binds people in that moment. And for me, I lost music for the past 6 years since I moved to Michigan. I moved here in a very rough time in my life. I found myself indulging in worldly pleasures, and through that, I lost myself. So after 6 years, I get into a car accident first. So we wrap a Mustang around a pole going 70, and the worst thing to happen was just my hand. And I end up in Bali 10 days later. I just needed to get out. And it wasn't conscious. I booked the tickets months before, but I wasn't conscious that, oh, I'm going to Bali. I was just escaping the cold. I hate the winter, you know? So I was just trying to get away from the cold. So sitting in that cold truck, I was like, I got to get out of here. Book the tickets, I'm gone. You know, so 10 days before the trip, I get into a car accident, and that's truly when it woke up to me that I'm leaving. And every concept in my mind for the past 6 years that I've developed, you know, Jay is this, Jay is that, Jay does this, Jay does that, all broke down in those 10 days. So I was able to go to Bali with essentially a clear, broken slate. And through God's will, through divine timing, I ended up with the blessed opportunity to play at Bali Spirit Festival, which was 3,000 people. And I did Kirtan, which is devotional music, every night for the entire month. And just coming back with that sense of love and connection with the divine has changed my life immensely, even just coming back. And Before that, I used to like work construction. Like when I'm saying I never was home, I mean like I might have been home 3 times every month for the past year. And now I've came back and life has slowly put me in these places where I'm home more, I'm grounded in myself, I'm grounded in my truth, and I'm able to clearly write my poetry, write my music, and there's more coming. Yeah.
So, what's one thing you've learned over time that you live by and you swear by?
In the Bhagavad Gita, the first chapter is renounce and rejoice. In the Bible, it's the same concept. In Islam, I believe it's the same concept. All these religions have the same concept of leave it in God's hands. You know, if you don't believe in God, leave it in fate's hands. Because anything you do with the right intention, even if you take the wrong way, will take you there. I've always had music in me. I made the wrong decision for 6 years straight. And even through those wrong decisions, I made a beautiful life, a beautiful relationship I had for 3 years, a beautiful relationship that tore me down and built me back up in 1 year. Just, I took a long way around. And it led me back to where I'm supposed to be, you know? I came out here today looking for connection and just to be seen as who I am rather than who my mistakes, my issues, all this and all that. We all have them. But it's nice to be seen as who you are. And it's divine that this is happening because I'm just walking around looking at shops and I have these conversations. Yeah.
So, what's one thing you're looking forward to in the future? Where do you see yourself?
Um, Me and my brothers are setting up a space where we can create together. So that's happening in August 15th. And through that, we're all musicians. We all come from different backgrounds. And slowly but surely, I've been asking God for a community of creators, of artists, of painters, poets, musicians. And I've only been in America now since June 1st, I got back. And through that, I've met beautiful souls just within conversation. And now I'm slowly building that community, or God's slowly building that community. And all I am doing is just letting it happen. So there's a community coming, there's music coming, there's art coming.
What's that one place you like to call home?
All right. So for the longest time, I bound myself to the idea of California being home. And when I say I bound myself, I mean like I came to Michigan with the idea of, oh, this place sucks. I miss home. I miss all my friends. And I locked myself in that idea. What I've realized is that home becomes what you call it, you know? For me, like, my brothers are home. Zach and AJ, both of them are bulletproof when we all are together. And I find my solace within my brotherhood, you know? I want to feel connection, so this conversation is home. I want to feel inclusivity, you know, to be seen as what I am. And that becomes home. In Bali, I found home just off of divine God's play. Let's just call it that. I showed up in Bali with no idea what I was going to do. I'm sitting there on the beach and I'm like, God, oh yeah, there's like club music going on. I'm there to meditate. I don't party much. So I'm just there. There's club music behind me. I have a coconut in one hand and I'm like, this isn't working. If I'm supposed to be anywhere else, God, just tell me. If I'm supposed to be in Michigan working, tell me I'll leave right now. And that night I go to sleep. And I wake up in the morning, still Michigan time, so 3 a.m. for Bali. I open my phone, it says Bali Spirit Festival, buy tickets now. And I buy those tickets, I go there, and I'm being healed by the people I meet. You know, I'm the oldest sibling, so there's like issues with this, issues with that, like a savior issue, like savior complex. And I met a lady who became like my bigger sister, and for the first time in my life, I accepted that. I met a millionaire who wasn't happy with his life, and I'm chasing money in the moment. I'm like, oh, okay, so that's not gonna bring me happiness. I meet this neuroscientist or like brain doctor, and she's not happy with life. And she's like, yeah, no, I come out here to find myself. And I'm like, if she's doing that and I'm doing that and I'm at the same place, I'm like, okay, this is home. You know, all these people communing to find themselves. This is home. I've realized that California's not home, Michigan's not home. Home is within the conversations and the moments I find myself within. And of course, you know, you could sleep in one place, but would it still be considered home if you pull out all the furniture, right? Become that furniture. Become the beauty you see in the world, and that's home. Yeah.
So how would you describe Kalamazoo? How do you like the community here? Has it been welcoming? Has it been spiritual?
Kalamazoo itself is interesting. It's very calm. I was raised in Fresno and in LA, and both cities are vast, big cities. And it's very different here. It's very much calmer, it's safer. The people here have a solace to them, a benevolence. Everybody you meet has a grounding vibe. You live in nature here, there's trees everywhere. So the people here are just very grounded, very calm, very peaceful. And there's a very nice spiritual community here. It's the Sambo the Ashram. It's off of Gull Road. And over there I do kirtan, I do music, I do poetry, and it's just a place I consider home. Yeah. There's a yogi there who's like my brother. I've known him for like the past 4 years, 5 years. And ever since then, we've been, even when my heart was closed and I was still just playing guitar to play guitar, he was there with me through it. And there's the Guruji of that ashram, the elder there. He's like a grandfather to me, you know? With all my guidance, I go to him if I need deeper level, like spiritual conversation. Usually I trust God, but sometimes you need that reassurance that, oh, it's going to be okay. And when it comes from somebody of that stature you consider as a grandfather, that wisdom is something else. So I've found my peace and solace within Kalamazoo. And you can look around right now. The city's lively. It's beautiful.
And lastly, I would like to ask you, what is that one advice you would give to young people out there that are just going into adulthood and they're gonna start their lives?
Love without the needing it back. You know, one-sided love is the most beautiful love there is, and if it gets reciprocated, then that's double the love. I wrote a piece in Bali. It's called Ek Tarfa, which in Urdu means one-sided. And it describes love in a way to, even if you don't love me back, I will still love you. Right now, what my generation, what the youth needs, is to find that love again. You know, in America, as I said earlier, I was loving with all that I could, not with all that I am. You know, there's concepts in India as the maqams of love, the stages of love. My favorite stages to sit at, the ones I always find myself in, are Janoon, which is madness, and Ibadat, which is worship. You know, when you love with all of yourself. You know, there's shouldn't be any fear of, oh, if I love you and you hurt me, then I'm going to hurt. Yeah, you're going to hurt, but your love was true. That's worth it. If you want, I could read that piece for you. All right. It's interesting. I've been writing only since Bali, and it's like going over there opened me back up. I was like this before I came to Michigan, and just trying to find myself again. I had to leave the country for a month and go be a hippie. So it was interesting. Definitely a divine opportunity. So this one's called Ek Tarfa. Alright. The beauty behind one-sided love is eternal. You may ask, why would you torture yourself like that? Deep down, even I ask myself this bittersweet question. Deep down, I am one with this inquisitive bunch. Only when I forget the power of love unrequited. I forget that I have love so strong, it burns through me, leaving no ash. Love so deep that I sink with a smile on my face, lost to a memory. Love so intoxicating that with each breath the smoke spells out your name, a flame at the edge of my lips. Love so vast that each wandering thought is a new trail, deep within this dark forest. Only fools ask, what's the point if the one that you love doesn't love you back? They come from a place of hurt, a place that they were burned alive, left bleeding and twitching on the ground. They let the smoke rot their soul, a deep black cancer taking its place. They lost themselves forever amongst the tall, dark trees, eternally wandering. I feel pity for them. My heart, my love, my burning passion keeps me warm when you are away. My memories soothe the pain caused by one's distance. Each breath in and out has become my sadhana. My journey through these vast playful trees, the branches caressing my hair. As I run around, I become once again a child full of wonder. Ek tarfa, one-sided. Neither by you nor your masses can take my love away. And I feel like that's what love is. And finding that in America is hard because, you have to be in that heart space for finding that love. I could love you eternally and you not reciprocate it to me, but that would hurt me. Why would that hurt me, right? Why would you not loving me hurt me? I love you. And that piece of I love you is that truth. That's the truth within me, is that I love you. I don't need you to reciprocate it. I don't need you to give it back. That love you feel turns the world beautiful. You start seeing trees as bright green. You start seeing smiles on strangers' faces. You see people as an extension of yourself. When Christ says kingdom come is within, that means heaven is within you. That means hell is within you. You can choose. I'd much rather choose to live in love. I'd much rather choose to see the world as a loving extension of myself. I feel like that's what my generation needs to hear. Living like this is beautiful.
Thank you. That was truly inspiring and beautiful to hear. And we are so happy that you're sitting here with us and talking with us about yourself, what inspires you, what drives you, what you want to tell people, what's the one thing that makes you feel completed at home. So again, thank you so much for coming here and talking with us. We really appreciate it.
Thank you. Blessed opportunity.
You're watching Public Media Network.